So moving on to question number 2. This is one from Debbie. Where is the best place to go to find a good solicitor, and do they need to be local to the property I'm buying? So just recap that. Where is the best place to go to find a good solicitor, and do they need to be local to the property I'm buying? Now, that's a great question. I'll answer that slightly in reverse, if I may, Debbie. And what I will say is that in some areas, there can be particular quirks that will happen that reflect the need to employ a local solicitor. Now, there may be things that will flag up in a legal title or situations that involve more local knowledge that the solicitor who is perhaps from outside the area may not know. I'll give you an example. Where I used to live, I bought a property that was near a river, and the insurance companies always ask you, oh, well, the property's on the floodplain. And what they can't see is actually on the ground is that the property is actually up at least another 10 feet above the highest level that the river has ever flooded in the past, So a non-local solicitor may not know that, whereas a local solicitor who lives in the area will understand that actually this is a property that's never going to flood, or it'll be a 1 in a 10,000-year flood. And, if that happens, then we better start building an ark, you know what I mean? So local knowledge can be incredibly valuable. However, that doesn't mean to say that you have to have a local solicitor, and you can get online and find solicitors to work with. I would always encourage you to come to me and ask the question, or come to WiggyWam and ask the question. You can email us on happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. That's happy to help, T-O help, H-E-L-P. At wiggywam.co.uk, and we can put you in touch with a solicitor who can fast track your transaction through to completion as soon as possible. Now, I've mentioned earlier in the conversation that we're working with people in the industry to get deals done as quickly as possible. And we're working on some pioneering stuff right now, guys, where we will be putting transactions across the line so quickly. Most people will tell you it's not possible, but we're big believers in let's get all of the information up front, and then let's get a crack solicitor on the case who's going to fast track that deal through to completion. Will you pay slightly more for it? Yes, you will. But will that be money well spent and great value for money? In my humble opinion, yes, it will be. And from everybody we've spoken to in the marketplace, they agree as well. So come and talk to us if that's something you're interested in, if you want a good solicitor to be by your side, because they do an invaluable job, guys. What you've got to remember is that when you are buying this property, it's not just the purchase of the property that you need to be protected against. It's any problems that might arise in the future, okay? Now, if, for example, you employed a solicitor who missed a few things because they've got too high a workload on right now, or we're a little bit stressed out with some of the other things that are going on in the business. If they miss something and that affects your legal title, for example, on the property, when you come to sell it in 7 to 10 years' time, then that may well cause you a problem, and it may affect the value of what that property is worth, okay? So is it worth taking the risk? I don't think so. You want a solicitor who can dedicate the time on the file to make sure that there are no issues and no problems. I'm not saying it'll all be perfect. I'm not saying that they'll always get it right. But the key point is you're employing a solicitor who's being paid a good living wage to go and look at that file, look at all the information, and then make sure that that property is as good as it can be before you sign on the dotted line to buy it. Okay. So yeah, as I say, come and have a chat with me, and I'll point you in the right direction, and happy to review that. I'll give you another example that happened to a friend of mine. He's just bought a small holding before the age of 30, cracking young lad, came to me, gave me a couple of quotes for conveyancing and what he was trying to do. I understood the deal structure. The quote I recommended he go with was twice what the cheapest quote was. Okay, now we're not talking small numbers here, we're talking several £1,000s. And he was like, why should I go with this? And I said, well, I've looked at the quotes. I know the deal. It's not straightforward. It's quite complex. And I think you're going to need a little bit of extra time and expertise on this to get it through to completion. And lo and behold, it transpired to be the case. The sale almost fell through 3 times before it got to completion. And he was ringing me up and saying, oh, Silas, what do you think about this? What do we need to do about this? I said, look, it's very simple. If you can't buy it all as one deal, you buy it as 3 separate parcels. And he's like, can I do that? I was like, yes, you can. Go and talk to your solicitor about it. Tell them what they need to do, and you'll get the deal through to completion. And lo and behold, it took him a little bit of time, but the solicitor was excellent. It worked alongside him and me, and we got the deal through to completion. And he now owns an amazing property because of the expertise of the solicitor working with him. So hopefully that gives you a bit of a comprehensive answer on that, Debbie. And obviously, if there's anything else you need, then come back to me and let me know. Hopefully that's been of interest, guys. I should apologize that I get very excited talking about this sort of thing. So I do tend to talk a bit quickly and get trip myself up sometimes a little bit as we're going through. But I love it. I'm really appreciative of you guys submitting your questions. I hope to be able to continue to do these long into the future. So please submit your questions on the WiggyWam website, or send them through to me on email. That email again, happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. And also you can go to our WiggyWam website, which is wiggywam.co.uk. And then you can join very quickly on the web on the platform by clicking on the user profile for a expert user, and then going through the sign up process there, and then you'll get access to some more video content, which is all about the home buying and selling journey and what you can learn about how to speed that up. We've also got some pretty cool announcements coming next week, which I'm excited to share with you. So yeah, tune in next week if you want to know more about what we're up to behind the scenes. It's a fascinating time to be in the property world, and I'm really excited that a lot of things that we've been working hard on over the course of the last couple of years, and my team have been instrumental in delivering these great results. We're super excited because we know what we can achieve when we all start working together. So yeah, we're excited to unveil those, and really looking forward to working with you in the not too distant future. So thanks for tuning in, guys. It's been amazing to share some time with you today. Thank you for your attention, and I will look forward to reading and answering your questions again very soon. So I'll say goodnight to you, and thank you so much, and see you very soon. Bye-bye.